I never loved someone way that I love you. I'm falling in and out of love with you. I never loved someone way that I love you.
Hi, my name is Roshana Hill. I've been with Clare for 2 months now. Clare is very different when it comes to teaching voice lessons, which makes it really fun to learn, especially if you're a person who's never sung before or a person who does have experience singing. Clare makes it feel like it doesn't matter where you are or where you fall on the spectrum. She makes you feel so happy to learn from her and be around her. Is such a pleasure. I like studying with Clare because I'm a visual person, and the way she teaches is more of a visual. The way she explains her theories and different things, you actually can see them, and the way she says like project your voice and see different things traveling in different ways, it actually helps you for the singer to visualize it, to know how to better execute. So it's really helpful the way she can just vividly explain different things for even someone who has no experience to understand. So that's really cool. That's why, because I'm such a serious person. So with you, it's like you can't, like, we are very serious, but we have fun. And like you basically are a very fun singer. Even the way you warm up to anything, like you can't be uptight in any form or fashion. So it's like you have to loosen up, and the more you loosen up is the better you're gonna be able to sing. Because like you said, it's a whole body thing. Like you have these philosophies and theories that you break down that it makes everything make sense. So it's like, oh yeah, I trust her, I'll go with it. So that's really what it is, honestly. Because like you could be in these settings, and I'm around a lot of people who have way more experience than I do. So it's like people can see your talent and think that you have all this experience, when some of it can just be like naturally, like God-given or just your natural gift. So a lot of, I'm more of the want to become technical to understand. So it's like, even though I have the talent and capabilities in these professional settings, I don't feel at the same level as these other people, you know? So working with you has improved my confidence in different ways, to know like, hey, no, you are doing all these things in all these different levels. And just because you haven't been doing it for years doesn't mean that you can't still be operating and putting things out at the same level.
Right.
You know, so it kind of like establish my independence as a person and as an artist, to be like, you know, everyone has a different journey. So how I thought music people would be and like previous voice teachers I've had, you're like the complete opposite, but like in a better way, because this is where I'm actually improving and actually where I feel comfortable. So yeah, just really comfortability and just knowing yourself. That's like something you preach a lot, just knowing yourself as your voice and getting to know like yourself and different things, for sure. Really, when you said sometimes there's just people, you said like take a mental note of the environment when you feel like uncomfortable, because you said sometimes if you notice like, hey, you're uncomfortable around these people, then you're just uncomfortable around those people. Like, you know, like you're basically like read the room. Like, you know, read the room and see like if it's you or other people in the room or different things in the room that might be hindering your process. And that helped me a lot, because here I am thinking it's me, and it's like, well, do these people make me feel comfortable as an artist to be able to try different things and, you know, maybe be wrong or maybe be right, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing, like, you don't make it like, don't do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's usually a joke of why, it's really like, you're really asking me a question, like when I was singing in there and like my arm didn't move, you were like, so I noticed your arm didn't move. Like, are you okay? Like, you know what's going on? And it's just like, oh, well, you know, I thought we were just running through it. So it's not like, even your corrections are like fun and quirky. Like, they're not like, oh, why are you not doing this? Or why are you not doing that? Like, it's literally like, you can't mess up and feel in trouble. So that's why it's kind of easy to, maybe I don't hit the note or maybe I do hit the note, because I know like, this is a safe environment, I guess you could say. Like, so yeah, it's like being a singer. I don't know if you've experienced that. Most time, if you're not in musical settings, you're usually told to be quiet or can you like simmer down, you know what I'm saying? So for you to be it's like a kid being able to go to like an amusement park, you know what I mean? Or like the jungle or like somewhere they get to just act crazy. You know, it's not like their mom's like, oh, no, stop bouncing the ball inside. Like, you know, so it's like literally coming here. It's like, you're like, oh, you could jump on the bed. You could, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can make as much noise as possible. It doesn't matter. Like, you know, no one's ever knocked on the door and was like, oh, can you guys keep it down or anything? If anything, you're like, all right, I'm going to put in my earplugs. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And versus just telling me to be quiet. Like, you know, like, even though you could, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's still making it a free environment for me to do whatever I want to. Like,
no.
And like, even with the dynamics, like you'll express it like, softer doesn't mean quieter. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a way of explaining things and not just being like, don't do that.
Right.
Literally. Like,
right.
For sure. For sure. Definitely.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.